Welcome, my friends. My name is Glennis Chester, and I am your host for Bite-Sized Tools You Can Use. The goal of this series is to give you practical leadership tools, tips from the trenches, and information that you can use right now in a convenient 30-minute format. If you are interested in watching past episodes of Bite-Sized Tools, you just log on to the NFRW website, just like you normally would with your credentials. Go to the red bar at the top, hover over members, and a list will pop up. Go about halfway down, and you'll see programs. Click on programs, and you'll see an Apple graphic, and right there it will show you the link for archived episodes of Bite-Sized Tools. So today's program, I want to jump right in because what we're talking about today is unifying Republicans. This is so, so important. We need to bridge the gap between Republicans. And I honestly believe that we as women are the ones that have been called to do that. And normally I do this as a two-part program, each about an hour long, and we're doing it in a 30-minute segment. So it's really, really the Reader's Digest version. So we're going to dive right in. And I hope that if you have more comments than what we can get to today, you will email me later. My email is glennis@chesterfamily.net, GLYNIS @chesterfamily.net. Feel free to email me anytime and I will get right back to you. But if you have questions during this program, just put them in the chat and we'll spend a few minutes at the end. Erica will read them off to me and we will get to those. So, and by the way, thank you so much, Erica. She is on the staff of the Texas Federation and my dear, dear friend that I love so much. And she is so helpful to me when we do these programs. So for all of our new people, because we do have so many new members, I want to say congratulations, you're a member of a federated club. If you are like most new members, though, you may not realize that you are also part of a much larger organization. Your club that you're a member of is under the umbrella of the state federation, whatever state you happen to live in. And you are also a member of that organization. So you got your club and then you got your state federation. But there's more. After that, the state federation is a member of the national organization. And our national organization is called the National Federation of Republican Women. And you will hear us refer to that as NFRW. So you paid your dues once, but you're actually a member of your club, your state, and the national organization. You are a member of the largest grassroots Republican women's organization in the country. Congratulations, well done to you. We at NFRW, we do make things happen. We are so, so efficient and effective. Our membership grows every single day, but to be as effective as possible, we can't do it alone. Alliances are so, so important. We must work collaboratively with others. And I know that you already know this, but our party is fractured and it is in desperate need of healing leadership. And as I mentioned at the very beginning, I believe that we as women are called to be those leaders. I don't know if you're old enough to remember the old FedEx commercials that used to say membership has its privileges. Well, being a member of NFRW does have its privileges, but being a leader also has responsibilities. And I do believe that it is our privilege and our responsibility to be the kind of leader that America needs right now. And by that, I mean the kind of leader that heals, the kind of leader that brings people together, doesn't tear people apart, the kind of leader that is a light in the darkness, the kind of leader that unifies and strengthens and is a positive motivator, one that cultivates relationships, doesn't bring people down, doesn't tear people apart. That's the kind of leadership I'm talking about. And that is an awesome responsibility, but I think it is our privilege to be those leaders. So how do we do that? Well, first and foremost, and I will say this every day and twice on Sunday, our first and most important thing that we can do is to pray. Pray for your country, pray for our leaders, pray for Republicans and Democrats alike. Pray for wisdom, pray for their hearts to be softened, pray for them to hear the words of God, pray for them to hear what's truly right and best for our country. We know the power of prayer. And if you don't believe in the power of prayer, what do you have to lose, right? So go ahead, pray for our country. And it also does something for you when you pray. It's really hard to hate someone that you pray for sincerely. And I think that makes us better as people when we are praying for someone else. I know that God has spoken to me many times when he said, okay, you need to pray for this person over there that you've had a hard time with, because that's where I learned the lesson. I'm in charge of me, and my heart has been softened because I am praying for that person. So you can't hate someone that you're sincerely praying for. The second thing is create alliances. This is so important. Your precinct, your county, your state chair, they always need help. Introduce yourself and let them know that you're interested in working together. From the very, very smallest level of government to the highest, they need to know. Don't take it for granted that they know who you are, or that they know that you're willing to work with them. That's the other one. I think sometimes that we assume because people do know who we are, that they know we're willing to work. Well, they may know you're willing to work, but not necessarily work with them. So be the bigger person. Go out there and say, hey, I would really like to work with you on this project or that project, or how can I help you? Sometimes just being the one to put your hand out there and shake it and say, hi, what can I do to help you? Makes a big difference. Presidents, please send congratulatory notes to newly elected state chairs, executive committee members, your new precinct chairs, anyone that you're seeing locally that's being elected after the primary is over, to your new nominees. Send congratulatory notes. That's how you're building relationships and letting them know who you are and that you are there to work with them. That's all building up the party. Now, some of these people, they weren't the ones that you voted for. I get it. You didn't want them to win. I get it. But you know what? They're our nominee now. So you be the bigger person, send them a note, say, hey, congratulations on your win. Looking forward to working with you, because now you are allies. And you need to build that relationship so that you can work together going forward, because you know what? Having them in your corner is going to be better than having them working against you. And they're certainly going to be better than having a Democrat win in November. So that's our job moving forward. Reach out to your RNC committee man and committee woman. They can help you so much in building these relationships and building these allies. They can get you info on election integrity and poll watcher training. They can give you assistance with community outreach events. Request RNC data for voter contact. That is huge, and that can help you in so many different ways. But also just because they need to know that you're in their corner and that they can work with you. Because when they have something to do and they're looking for someone in your area, they need to know, oh, Susie Q over here in Ohio, that's my go-to girl. That's building alliances. Okay, this one's a little bit tougher, but oh so necessary. Contact other conservative organizations in your community. They don't have to be part of the Federation. That is how we're bringing people together. Get outside your bubble. Offer to co-sponsor an event, work on legislation, or GOTV together. For those of you, I'm sorry, sometimes I use too many acronyms. Get out the vote. Go work on getting out the vote events together. Collaborate on pro-life or parental choice bills for your state. Now that those are um, out there and oh my goodness, I close. I hope I don't. That the Supreme Court has done the big work for us, we have to get to work on our state levels. So that's something you can do together. Recruit, train, and elect school board candidates. Co-host a welcome event for new movers in your area. There are so many things that you can do. And then, of course, we really get to the tough stuff. Extend that olive branch. Make an effort to connect with Republicans that have dismissed your club or your federation in the past. Find something, no matter how small, that you have in common, and find a way that you can collaborate on that. Focus on that one little thing. And maybe it's something very basic, events that serve veterans or children or first responders. Those are always really good, easy things to start with. Be patient and be kind. If there have been hard feelings or hurt feelings in the past, it's not going to happen overnight. But be the bigger person and extend that olive branch. Sometimes they just have to see that you are willing to work with them. And if we're going to heal this country, we're going to have to do the hard work to make it happen. Be disciplined. And by discipline, I mean mental discipline. This one, oh my gosh, this applies to everyone and me most of all. This is something I think we all struggle with in one form or another. You know all those emails you get? Here's one. I love this one. All those emails you get that have information that just, that makes my blood boil. I'm going to forward it to everyone on my contact list. Please don't do that. Not until after you've verified the information. Even if you get it from someone that you know is a good source of information. Trust but verify. If you can't confirm it, don't share it. We have to be known as people that are fully trustworthy, that we have vetted our information, that we've confirmed our information. I mean, things fly out there and they're angry and they get your blood boiling and they get you so upset and, oh yes, let's get on that bandwagon. But it's not always true. Always, always, always verify your information. It's getting harder and harder to be the grown-up in the room, but hold yourself to a higher standard. Refrain from using derogatory terms like rhino and libtard and demo rats, etc. My personal favorite, and I know you've probably heard me say it, is the wackadoodles. Oh, they're the wackadoodles. And every time I say it, I have to just kind of chide myself and say, don't say it. It's not nice. Even though I try to be cute about it, it's still putting a label on someone. And you know what? That is straight out of the Democrat playlist. Because if you can label someone, then you can put them over there and dismiss them and you never have to listen to them again. That is what they do to us. They say, if I can put a label on you, you're a homophobe, a xenophobe, a whatever kind of phobe, you're a blah, 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 you're a bigot, you're a, whatever kind of label they want to put on us, then they don't have to listen to us anymore. We're irrelevant. We're doing the same thing. We can't do it. You've got to stop yourself from doing that. To be a true leader, we must be seen differently. And even more so, you never know when God wants to use you to change someone's heart. So don't close that door. That heart might even be your own. I don't know. But the other day, I really felt like that's what God was telling me was, you don't know when I'm going to use you to change someone else's heart. And if you have been sitting there calling them a wackadoodle and you've closed that door because they know how you feel about them and they're not going to listen to anything you say. So now that's on me. So far be it from me to close that. Be wary of the bandwagon. Just because everyone else is cheering or booing or rallying behind whatever cause, do your due diligence. Because remember, even though everyone made a big fuss about his fashion sense, the emperor really wasn't wearing any clothes. Always, always, always check the facts. Make sure you know. I was recently at an event where everybody was going crazy because they were certain that the senator was trying to pass red flag laws, and come to find out, I read the entire thing and nope, no, that wasn't a fact at all. And I know that most of the people in that room had not read the document, because the document was 87 pages long. But you have to read. And they hadn't read, but they'd gotten some emails from people they trusted, and they believed it. And it went from one person to another person to another person, spread like wildfire, and it was horrible. So do your due diligence. You are responsible for the things that you say and how you act. Be the bridge. We are called to be the ones to bring people together. When you hear divisive rhetoric, that is our opportunity to lead. Of course, we have to hold our elected officials accountable, but we do it in private. We do it respectfully, in a way that builds and strengthens our party. It doesn't tear it apart. America needs us now more than ever, and only a united party can, sorry, I should turn that off. Only a united party can win against the socialist agenda that's being pushed on us right now. I think you've probably heard this from more than one source. I know that we've been hearing it a lot here, that we were called at a time such as this. And I believe that. I believe everyone is called to a certain time. You may or may not have heard people criticizing President Trump for being too bombastic, or too, his language was too harsh, which I would never use his language. I would not use his, his style is his own. It's not something I would want to perpetuate. But I truly believe that God used him in a time that was needed to save our country. He often used the most unlikely of people for his own purposes. He used the tax collectors and the murderers and the prostitutes to be his, to follow in his word, to be his disciples, to make changes in the world. He didn't call for the priests and the people who were the most holy and the ones that had done right their entire lives. So I think we have to be open to the fact that all of us have something to give. And if we are open to it, we can be those leaders. And I truly believe that God has called women right now, because we do have gifts that are different, to bring people together, to bring our country together, to bring our party together. And I think we can heal the wounds of our country right now, and the wounds of our party, if we all unify and work together. So that's my challenge to you. Go out, do your best to create new alliances, and even those people that have hurt you, those organizations that have not been kind to your club or to our federation, put out an olive branch, reach out to them and say, hey, what can I do to help you? See how we can be a blessing to them, and see if things turn around. And with that, I'm going to close out. I hope that you've enjoyed this month's Bite-Sized Tools. Next month, July 26th, we will have Making Technology work for you with my special guest, Cassie Daniel Howell. And I hope you'll join me for that. Do we have any questions in the chat, Erica?
I don't have questions yet, but I, just lots of positive feedback. So integrity is so important, and just what I needed to hear. Much meanness from our country, or from our county, and I'm glad this is being recorded. I wanted to share this with my leadership team. The drama is not helping.
Completely.
And yep, so just divide and conquer. So
Well,
thank you so
excellent.
much.
Well,
Yep.
thank you all so much. And if you think of a question, if you think of anything that you want to ask me or tell me or what, please feel free to contact me. I would be happy to chat with you, discuss anything you need. Again, my email is glennis@chesterfamily.net. And it would be my very great pleasure to discuss anything you wish. And if you have suggestions for future bite-sized tools, please let me know. Or also the Empower Hour, which we do on the second Tuesday of the month in the evening. We've got several of those coming up that are fabulous. But if you have suggestions for topics that you would like to hear, please let me know. And I would be happy to find some wonderful experts to speak on those subjects. So
I had one little question pop up. If we have 5 more minutes or a couple minutes. So it's just, we need to work together, but how do we get others to do that?
Again, I think we lead by example, because it is going to take time and we have to have patience, but starting small, depending on if it's an individual or an organization, I think would make the difference on how you approach them. But I say reach out to those that have been difficult or not wanting to work with us and say, hey, find out what it is that makes them tick. What do they want? What is everyone's got something, right? Pardon me. That is their baby that they like to work on. Pardon me so much. Find out what that is and just say, hey, I would like to help you on this, or maybe we can work together on this project or that project, that piece of legislation, this type of event. Putting out that olive branch and just letting them know that you're in agreement on maybe the smallest little thing. I mean, we all are conservatives. I remember Reagan's rule, the 80-20 rule. There's got to be something that you agree on, no matter how bombastic or obnoxious they might be. There's got to be something that you agree on and that you can work on. So it's up to us to find those things and start there. And we don't have to do a lot of stuff together. I mean, they don't have to be your best friend. You don't have to go to tea. You don't have to, go to book club on Fridays. But if they know that we are willing to work together, I mean, you're bringing the party together. You're strengthening our party from within. And that's what's important. And all we can do is reach out. We have to reach out and let them know. And then it's on them to accept it. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All righty.
I did put your email in the chat.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate that. Okay. Well, ladies, it was a pleasure to see you. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm not sure what happened. I know my battery is extremely low right now, but I don't even think that's what it was because I still have a few percent in there. Oh, I missed that one. What did that say? Had it for last minute. All right, sorry, I got rejected. Okay, so you extended an olive branch and it was rejected. Well, the question is, was it another conservative organization that you were trying to reach out to? And if that was the case, I wouldn't give up. I think I would be patient, but also tenacious. And, don't make it a one and done kind of thing. I mean, I wouldn't be a bully about it, but don't give up. Be gentle and kind. Don't give them any reason to hate you, obviously, but try to give them, maybe if you have an event that is, okay, so maybe their thing is education. They love education and you have an event with education. Send them an invitation and say, hey, I've got a spot at our VIP table. I'd really love you to come and join us. Our treat. Even if they say no, that's you doing the kind thing. And eventually, hopefully they'll turn around. But like I said, you can only do what you can do. You're in charge of you. All righty. Well, that is 30 minutes. So we do have to go. I'm going to I will save the chat so I can read these. And you can email me or put your email in here and I can contact you because I won't know your emails based on these. But it was great talking with you all today. And I look forward to seeing you next month at our next bite-sized tools. And I hope you can join us for the Empower Hour on July. Oh gosh, I'm on a calendar thingy. The next Empower Hour on the second Tuesday of July. I think it's the, well, I don't know what day it is. Never mind. Anyway, have a great summer. Enjoy your summertime, your vacations, and until next time. Ta-ta.